football on EA Sports. We'll see Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders taking on Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Las Vegas Raiders. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders set to go to work behind their veteran quarterback, and that's Derek Carr.
And one of the things that I think that Derek Carr has really improved in doing since college, his ability to stay in the pocket, things swirling around him, find the right guy, and deliver the ball with accuracy. Derek Carr has great touch when he throws the football.
Rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. At the 23, it's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Return team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. A handoff to Barkley. And he'll power his way up near the 25.
26, Saquon Barkley.
The numbers for him from a week ago. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. They'll buy some time right. Quickly to Gronkowski. That's called. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the 1st quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. City touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll drop to throw. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
How about a guy proving his worth in different ways? Had a big play in the run game to play before. This time, they go right back to him in the passing game, and he comes through with yet another big play. That's why you work out so hard in the offseason, so you can stay on the field and accumulate big plays.
And they run with Jacobs on first down, and he'll take this forward for about 5.
Josh Jacobs, the ball.
A check on Jacobs from a week ago. 16 carries, 68 yards.
The partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week. It's a pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Jacobs, the ball carrier.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going. And then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Another Las Vegas.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
It was Armani Watts who got him down.
He's tackled.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards there, first down. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Raiders, they're within an extra point of tying this thing up. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Randy Bullock.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Here's Mecole Hardman. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Mecole Hardman on the return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And you see his numbers from a week ago. He was up over 100 yards then, and he's already hit pay dirt here once in this one.
We always talk about quarterbacks and receivers getting into rhythm, right? Really feeling good, finding each other downfield. I think running backs operate the same way. They can hit a good rhythm and a good stride, and he's carrying it over from last week.
He was brought down by Malik Collins. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Mahomes going to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down, Kansas City.
A first down carry for Barkley. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. Tackle made by Demarius Randall.
42-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9.
Now here's Mahomes, eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. It's Barkley on the counter. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the first down.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Here we go, 4th down, Mahomes. And down he goes, brought down a Raiders sack. Carl Nassib and the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. So, Charles, why in the world do you take that risk there?
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense on the surface. But I've been around enough of these coaches and enough of these meetings along the way. Sometimes they're so confident in a play call that they don't care about the situation. They think that that play, at that time, they're going to run it and pick up whatever they need. So maybe that's what influenced him there. I'm guessing because I have no other explanation.
Yeah, that's tough. Own side of the field, that chunk of yardage to pick up. Head scratcher. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 22. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Henry Ruggs, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Raiders have taken the lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Bullock out now to kick this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
And out come the Chiefs now. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
2nd and 8 coming from the 19. Now Mahomes. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he takes it all the way down to the 32. A big play there for KC. 49 yards.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Corey Littleton there on the tackle. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Barkley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now they'll throw with Mahomes. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for Gronk that time, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match at a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That'll set him back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Now on 2nd and 13. Carr, and that is incomplete. Force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Marlon Humphrey.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And they get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. Well, what made that toss out to the right so successful? Because it looked pretty easy.
A belief in the play, an absolute execution by all 11 on the offensive side of the ball. Everyone took care of their assignment, but the reason they did so, every time that play is called, they think it's going to go for big yardage. It's their staple play, and they love to run it.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
On 1st down, they go with Jacobs again. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Not a whole lot of room to maneuver there, and I think that's because everyone took care of their responsibilities, filled their gaps, held their place. No place for him to run.
Yeah, looked good. Everything got funneled to the nose tackle. He swallowed him up. The Kansas City defense, tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
14.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance,
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
and when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Taking a shot for Samuel. And it will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. And he's going to be stopped short of a 1st down as they'll get to him at about the 33. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run for it with Barkley. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
His favorite target, Travis Kelce, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Now Saquon Barkley, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard. that. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on 4th down, and they're going to go for it. They'll run with Barkley. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
4th and 2 in the NFL, not ordinarily a running down anymore. Usually that ball is moved through the air. They went ahead and gave it to the back, and he ends up picking up the first down. I'm not sure if they fooled him as much as they just did a nice job executing.
Needed 2, and they got 3.
2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. For a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are going to jump back in front. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard
Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people have to, wow, they don't want to tackle him anymore. Or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
21-yard line.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. His throw at the 5. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes. That's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10. At their own 26.
Out comes Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence.
16 yards. And a 1st down, Chiefs.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Flush to his right. And that's caught inside the 35. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. On first down, Mahomes. And all this is taken in one hand, and what a catch. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, someone has a sense of the dramatic here, don't they? Scoring this late in the half to take the lead going into the locker room.
Now they just don't want to misstep misfortune on the next kickoff because there's still a little bit of time left on that clock.
Yeah, you do have to bring that up, don't you? In the NFL, every play is critical. If you give up something cheap there, all that advantage they just gained goes right out the window.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. The final shot here before half for Carr. Oh, looking for Andrews downfield. Incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the 2nd half.
Randy Bullock set to kick.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the 2nd half. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They're trying to get back on track. They had the loss last week to the Dallas Cowboys. The good news, they've got the lead right now. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 27. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack them.
And the Raiders have got him. Carl Nassib, his 2nd sack of the night.
That's his 2nd sack of the game. And the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. From the gun, it's Mahomes. They'll roll it that way. He is going to find Hill here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Mahomes now on 1st down. Oh, incomplete. A turnover will really help there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down.
Damon Arnett on
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. And going deep for Hill. That's caught inside the 20. They give him a gain of 37.
The dynamic duo is doing damage in this one, and they've certainly been on point.
After reviewing the play, the line on the field is reversed.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, and then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Raiders with the football now in excellent field position. Being just short of midfield, they decide to take a crack at it on fourth down. They don't come through.
Sometimes it's just showing confidence in your defense. You know that they're good, and they'll take care of you. A lot of coaches during the week will announce to their team, we're going to be aggressive, guys. We're going to go for it. Hey, defense, you got me? A little bit of a challenge to them to see if they'll pick up the rest of the team.
We'll see how they respond now. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Once again, it's Jacobs. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he will cross the 30 down to the 29-yard line. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. The 22 is the line to gain here on third down. Operating from the gun, Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be fourth down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on fourth down here. They go with Jacobs and try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short, and he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop.
Partner, when you see a running play stop short like that, you just know that the defensive front, they won the battle of leverage and created the push back into the opposing backfield.
And for the offensive coordinator, whether you had 1 yard to go or 20 yards to go on fourth down, now you're probably saying, oh, maybe I should have passed it, right?
Yeah, hindsight is always 20/20.
Pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 28-yard line.
On 2nd down and 4, Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And they work this well upfield across the 45. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
It's a gain of 20.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
Across midfield.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
A 3-yard pickup.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Throwing now is Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. It looks like the Chiefs are going to get it back.
The 2nd down pass. Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
Mahomes pass intended for Deebo Samuel.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns.
And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Keeps moving.
And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20.
That's a nice run right there. Able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Carr going to get this to Jacobs. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Now, meanwhile, the final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr, looking left side. Andrews with it complete. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Carr again. His pass caught with the 4. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, they've had a great, impressive drive going here, and that pickup ensures the drive continues.
And not only do you continue the drive, which is demoralizing for the guys on the defense side of the ball right now, but you make your own defense happy. They're able to get a little more rest over on the sidelines while this one continues downfield.
Again, they'll throw with Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. 3rd touchdown pass now for Derek Carr. And the Raiders have moved down in front here in the 4th quarter.
lining up.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run. He finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
Raiders
Bullock good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. Now Bullock will send this one away after the touchdown. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
KC's offense ready to take over. And now they'll look to answer working from behind. And remember, this offense has sputtered yet to score here in the second half. They'll need to change that here. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Here's Mahomes to throw. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
As soon as I saw him break contain and get outside, my first thought and my eyes gravitated downfield, because nowadays, most of these quarterbacks, when they do that, they want the big play downfield. They don't want to throw it short. In this case, he took the shot. It fell incomplete. With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 11. Mahomes now to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands. I hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a 1st down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
This is taken at the 23. Goes a 57-yard punt with a return of 12. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps, and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And the Chiefs are going to get him. That is Nick Bosa from out on the edge who worked his way in for the sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give them 12 yards that time, and a Las Vegas 1st. A great Monday night to wrap up the weekend football. 2 division rivals and a great finish ahead as we come up on 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Carr. Looking left side, he's got a man. It's Andrews. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. 10 more there and another 1st down. Some pretty good games all weekend. We may have saved the best for last. This Monday night game has been a dandy. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. 44 yards that time. Big plays back and forth just continue. Both offenses excelling.
And I hear the excitement in your voice while you're calling this game. This hurts my soul as a defensive player, watching these teams go up and down the field.
Do me a favor, the rest of us. Sit back, relax, and just appreciate the offensive dominance that's going on out here.
I'll give it a shot.
They'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Oh, no, he lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be 4th down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, oh,
with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Bullock's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6.
Raiders 34, Chiefs 28.
So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. And here we go, partner. My palms are sweaty. These are the moments we wait for in the booth.
Oh, come on. I know when you were a kid you went through this, right? You know, there was always that one guy in the neighborhood who had the yard that was conducive to playing like this. I know I won many a drive at Billy Mosslander's house. So that's what he's got to draw on now. Go back to those good old days. Remember how it was and have some fun doing it.
A little more pressure packed here in this drive, in this moment of the National Football League. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 40.
Mahomes going to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And going deep for Hill. And that is caught. Touchdown, Kansas City. Tyreek Hill, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. And now if the Chiefs hit the PAT, they will take the lead.
We all knew the situation. We're in the 4th quarter. Who's going to step up and make the big play? Well, we just saw it, didn't we? Took their shot, downfield, got it, and now they're in a great position to take the lead.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Their own 25-yard line.
So Carr and the Raiders now down 35-34, 2:23 to play. Plenty of time here. They've got 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning as they've got it 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again. Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Andrews. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Carr looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Carr to throw again. It's tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Carr to throw. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the 1st down. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
50-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he's got this down to the 35. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Taken down by Damon Arnett. A gain of 14. And the
ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On the run, it's Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 34. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 34-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And down he goes. Brought down a Raiders sack. So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And you look back over the score sheet. Interesting. A very clean game. No turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Chiefs, they did what they needed to do. They split their first 2 road games of the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Mile High to take on the Broncos. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, themselves next week at home.